Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah.
In this modern era, some people are more often faced with the high social, economic, and also political problems. As a result, many persons have anxiousness, depression, and even mental sickness. Various ways taken to cure the problem. There are sports, yoga, going to clinic, alternative medicine, and others, including counseling to the psychologists. But its limitation, the problem never finished. The psychologist's inability is not due to his method, but rather his concept of incomplete human beings. According to psychology, humans have two dimensions, physical or jismia and mental or nafsiyah, without belief aspects of soul or ruhiyah. These concepts have implications for counseling. They do not touch the essence of the real problem. The psychologist's point of view about human beings and the pattern of unraveling such problems are different from those of the Sufis. To heal the mental health, most of the Sufis prefer the spiritual approach as the therapies. With the spiritual approach, the core content untouched by psychologists has become the right solution. They cannot only finish their soul, but more of that benefits even the tranquility and happiness of life. Sufi healing is the treatment or healing that is carried out using the practices and values of Sufism. In healing, Sufi uses the theory of Sufism, namely Sufism akhlaqi, is a theory oriented to the level of akhlaq or behavior, and Tasawwuf amali is a theory oriented towards how to draw closer to God. And Sufism Falsafi is a theory that combines intuitive vision and rational vision using the method of using feelings or zawq. Meanwhile, Sufi healing relies on the practice of Sufism, namely those found in maqamat and ahwal, while also using the dhikr method as the main method in healing and preventing physical and psychic diseases. Maqamat or plural form of the maqam means position and level, and ahwal as a plural form of the thing means mental state such as happy, sad, fearful, and so on. Maqamat is the position as a servant of the God, so by conducting worship, struggling against lust or jihad and nafs as the spiritual exercise or riyadah, and the presence of the whole body soul or intiqah to God. Meanwhile, ahwal is a mental condition or attitude that a person acquires as a gift and the coming of the gift of Allah to his will. According to Sufism scholars, the effort to achieve maqamat can be pursued through three phases of sufficiency, namely the tahalli phase, or cleansing oneself from despicable qualities from wrongdoing; the tahalli phase, or filling oneself with commendable qualities by obeying the mind to the provision of God; and the tajalli phase, or the revelation of the supernatural and or enlightenment for the heart. The main method used in Sufi healing is the dhikr method, or dhikrullah. According to some experts, says that there are several kinds of dhikr, including dhikr jahr, or loud or oral voice, dhikr sir, dhikr in the heart, dhikr ruh, dhikr in voice of spirit or attitude, and also dhikr fi'li, or deed, dhikr affirmation, and breathing dhikr. The latter model of dhikr is useful for the healing process of physical ailments. Sufi healing has methods that can be used in carrying out the process of treatment or healing, including first, the concentration and meditation. This method is carried out by calming the mind, relaxing the body, and achieving spiritual understanding. Can be obtained through practices concentration and meditation that can be done independently. These techniques develop unconscious patterns of behavior that produce positive effects on psychological as well as physiological functions. Second, doa, or prayer, defined as a form of one's religious commitment. Doa or prayer is a plea made to Allah. In addition, doa or prayer is also practiced in form of the speech or in the heart that contains a plea to God, by always remembering His name and His nature. The dhikr is to mention Allah by reading such as prayer, Subhanallah, reading tahlil, La ilaha illallah, reading tahmid, Alhamdulillah, reading takdis, Kudusun, reading takbir, Allahu Akbar, reading haqalah, Hasbi Allah, reading basmalah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, reading Al-Quranul Majid, and reciting prayer received from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For awareness, awareness can be described as the practice of concentration over time. This practice imposed by our ability to continue be vigilant in the present. The mindfulness exercises used by Sufism result in deep relaxation, restoration, body and mind, self-understanding, and self-control. Fifth, magnetic resonance balance. Magnetic resonance balance is an exercise system that utilizes a combination of the energy-based conceptual to strengthen the electromagnetic field and to achieve the most favorable equilibrium state. 6. Visualization. Visualization is the deliberate use of the mind to create and expand reality. It's also a method of developing self-awareness and control over the autonomic functions of the body, which helps in the healing process. In Sufism, the level of visualization is the visual aspect of recognizing God from one's personal experience. In meditation and prayer, we can ask for help and instruction in seeing, meeting, and in listening to Allah with the language of the heart. This is example of Sufi practices.
Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, الحمد لله